It is no longer strange to hear that security personnel are often accused of sabotaging the fight against oil theft in the country. This time, a prominent ex-agitator in the Niger Delta government, Ekpemupolo, popularly known as Tompolo, alleged that the Nigerian Navy is undermining efforts to combat crude oil theft in the region. Receiving the national executive of the Nigerian Bar Association NBA, led by its national president, Afam Osigwe SAN, at the Oporoza in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State, Tompolo accused the Naval personnel of facilitating crude oil theft and engaging in sharp practices related to petroleum products in the oil-rich belt. Meanwhile, spokesperson of the Nigerian Navy, Commodore Aiwuyo Aliu, dismissed the allegation and cited their recent successes, including destruction of 23 illegal refinery sites, 30 ovens, 26 reservoirs, and 19 dugout pits in October. Commodore Aliu assured the public of commitment of the Navy to combat crude oil theft. All right, Asukwo, let's start this way. Over time, both Tantita and Navy, they've always accused each other. Oh, you did this. Always accusing each other. But the accusation raised by Tompolo, how credible are the issues raised here?
Well, I wouldn't say that, because Tompolo has, I know sometimes once they make that interception, I won't say arrest. When they make the interception of a particular vessel,
yes,
sometimes they just send us the videos. We'll just see the videos. Sometimes the videos are always online. Anyway, people will just see it, And at the end of the day, most times there was one that I saw. A naval rating was there inside the vessel. So, and showing that maybe something is not right.
Okay,
you understand? Showing that something is not right. So when he was speaking with the NBA president yesterday, I feel it is something that has been consistent and he has been noticing. So it was more like, if you are the NBA president, let me just say my mind.
Okay.
And that was what he was trying to do yesterday. This is what we've been going through because we want to help the country, because we want to boost production, for the oil production.
Yes.
And we've been having issues. People have been complaining that non-state actors should not be involved in this. But sometimes when you look at these things too, you also have to give people who live around that area, especially Niger Delta, because it's a very delicate region.
They know the terrain, they know
everything. So if you look at it, and then they've given them this job, for them to secure our pipelines, to see what is happening, and they've been able to do that. And look at what we got recently, 1.8 million. The production, increased. And now they are planning 2 million. I think that is the figures that the Mr. President will want to hear. And if he hears this one now, who do you think Mr. President will want to, support?
Well, I think the Navy and they both have the same goal.
Yes, but now that is like there's a missing link.
A missing link.
It's like a missing link. Don't forget, this oil business is a very, very lucrative and dangerous business.
You don't see it.
You and I cannot do that business.
You don't see it as ego.
It
goes beyond that.
It goes beyond that. Yes. So if they tell you, because Tompolo, I'm very sure he will be measuring his words when he was talking. He will not tell you some things, but he will just be angry that why can't these people just make us work together? Let's just work together to see that the economy, improves. Because he also said something about hunger. Because he says that if there's more money, the economy will improve. So I think where he was coming from was in the point of anger. That these people are not even helping Mr. President for him to be able to achieve.
But the accusation is making the Navy look bad.
Of course. But look at the statement of the spokesman of the Navy. They are saying that you are stealing oil. You are telling us that you are destroying illegal sites. Why not? They now said it's false. Address that matter. Is it true? Sometimes, because I know sometimes they arrest some vessels, some Navy people will be there. They will just say, look at them. In fact, in some of the videos that I've seen, they'll say, look at them, look at them. And at the end of the day, nobody will be prosecuted. we won't hear anything about it anymore, and then that is the end. Nothing happens. Why? Because the people who are involved in this business is not Benga or Reshegun. It's not Asuko James. It's not even they are big boys who understand, who have their markets, not on our shores.
I'm far away from Niger Delta, yes.
I can tell you.
No, just like I asked him, both Navy and Tantita, they have a common goal, which is to secure, talk about or fight against oil theft. Yeah. Now, why are they finding it difficult? He talked about a missing link. Why are they finding it difficult, to work together and achieve a common goal?
That's a tough question. But the answers are glaring. The Navy is a constituted, security apparatus, arm of government.
Okay.
And their job is well cut out, marine protection and all that. So you can imagine bringing it, just like what you said here earlier, bringing a civilian because he's a community champion or something, they come a man, a section of, there will definitely be a clash. And that's why Tompolo was frustrated when he received the NBA president. Recall that when Asari Dokubo visited the president in assumption of office last year, you remember what he said? He accused the military, the Navy, and the army. He gave him opportunity to speak to the press, and he made the allegation. We're talking about Niger Delta warlords, people who lives in Niger Delta. Yes. That is their job, oil bunkering, oil theft. They know the people who are involved. He came categorically to say it, that this, Mr. President, we know them. So that's the answer. This clash will continue, definitely, because the moment Tantita security, Tantita was, engaged to do that assignment, to take up that assignment. Of course, the Navy will not take it, they will not
take it lightly.
And also, when Tantita started initially, they see a vessel lifting oil, they burn it. Maybe it's not, I know a lot of, they may be having some friction that are not known to the public. That is the issue on ground. And let's go to the issue of having Tantita to even take up that. Giving Tantita, when General, the past president, General Muhammad Warri came, Tompolo was declared wanted, and then he was off circulation for a long time. Then suddenly, you hear that he's given this multi-billion-naira contract. And then you hear the likes of Asari and all of them, jostling to get, you share it among us.
A portion.
Share it among. So you're going to see saboteurs and all that. What the government need to do, if we want to actually deal with this thing, it's just like what we the topic earlier about Boko Haram and all that. How can you come to our water? Come to our waterways. Do you know how to? It takes days to load this. It takes sorry, Benga. Okay. It takes manpower. It takes days to load these vessels.
To vessel.
And you have the Navy there. You have the police. And you have
NSCDC, all of them.
Just name them. And it happens all the time. Are we saying we don't know this? Now the solutions are, we know the issues.
Because they've been accusing each other.
They've been accusing, and it's high time.
But what I'm saying is, should there be a body that monitors the two of them?
Okay, in here, if you put a body, you see, Benga, listen. Sorry, you see, going to the Niger, when you are a military man, you're posted to that. You're going to go to church and do Thanksgiving.
Yes,
you're posted to that side because in a year. So this is, there are some fundamental issues bordering on our development that we know the answers. We have the solution on how to tackle them.
Okay.
And is it maybe because you're sitting here, we're not there? I don't know why it's hard. Because I'm a spectator and I'm seeing what is happening right there in the field. Those who are there in the field, why are they not seeing it and acting on it on the spot. We know the problems. We know we have the solution to this. It's just the ability to tackle it. Strangers don't just go into a country. You can't even go to a village as a stranger and lodge in the village or start stealing their products. Or go to a farm and you do it today, you do it tomorrow, and they won't catch you. It's impossible. It's impossible. The problem is, again, the will. I don't want to put the word political, the will to tackle this. We have humongous problems.
All right, let's look at solution here. I had to pen down some things. You talked about the will, the political will, the technology, sincerity of the NNPC, and going after those who collaborate with the IOCs. Do you think if all of these things are sorted, crude oil theft could be a thing of the past in Nigeria?
The major thing that you said there that I think I want to hold as a major solution is sincerity.
Sincerity of the NNPC.
Sincerity of the NNPC, the IOCs. The IOCs, yes, most of them, if they are not too much, if they are not too much in Nigeria, fine. But if they are too much, if they have been in Nigeria and Nigeria has entered inside of them, then you're in trouble.
We are Nigerians. Nigeria is a good country.
It's not dispute. It's not dispute.
You understand?
Yes.
So the thing is, everybody needs to be sincere with himself. Because if you look at what Tompolo was saying was, Tantita was, they said, even DSS, sometimes they arrest, when they make this intercession, that there was a day they had altercation, DSS was there, NCD was also there. But they could not do anything because who has a primary role when once it comes to maritime issues? It's the Navy.
It's the Navy.
So they just have to hands off. You know? So you said something about technology, but sincerity is very, very important. Is the Navy, are they sincere enough to tell us that truly they want to tackle oil theft in Nigeria? Last year, Ned Nwoko was telling us that about 437 million, the thousand barrels was being stolen every year. And the thing increased. We are losing money. Even when what's his name, Senate President said, "Oh, we are going to constitute." He said we are going to constitute a committee to look into it. He gave them 6 weeks. Where is the report of that committee?
It's part of what's.
You understand? So that is the sincerity we are talking about. Will the Senate, those members of that committee, and they bring out their report? Are they taking the report to the Senate President? Are they even sat in the Senate to discuss that matter? For us to be able to deal with this matter? There are so many issues. If the naval authorities also have to come out to say, yes, our members, our officers are not part of it. But like I told you, what Tompolo is seeing.
If he says everything,
if he says everything, Benga, if he says everything, I'm not sure Nigerians will want to sit down to begin to talk where we are talking. Because there are so many people that are involved in this cookie jar.
You indicted many of them.
They will indict so many people. So he will just be doing his own job to make sure that, okay, when once I intercept, I hand over. When once I intercept, I hand over. And his own is, they have given him a mandate. The mandate is to move the crude oil up, production up. And so if he says, okay, that is what I will do, I will try to do it.
And you expect conflict, though.
All he needs is the support of the Navy, the support of the police, the support of the NCDC, the support of the DSS.
For him to be able
to work effectively.
Because they all have to work together.
Exactly.
They all have to work together. The Senate committee, I keep saying it, let them bring out their report. What did they find out? Did they just go there on a holiday and then at the end of the day, they went back to Abuja and say they didn't see anything? I can bet you even when they get to that place, the language will change.